And we back with an emergency Thanksgiving episode for y'all, real quick. You know, um, we heard about Diddy, we heard about Jimmy Iovine, we heard about Andre Harrell, no, not Andre Harrell, L.A. Reid. We got a whole little flood of additional accusations that's been coming through. So before we even get too much further into it, I want to say, what was it called, Shay? The Adult Survivor Act. Is that it?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's the act that has, allowed victims of sexual assaults, the R word, and, anything in that realm to be able to come forward and seek justice, because of in the past of statute of limitations or whatever. So, jumping to the first joint here, the shit that just blew my mind out the gate 2 hours ago. Eric Adams, New York mayor. Eric Adams, accused of sexual assault from back in 1993. A shorty has filed on him. So, let me peel this open real quick. We ain't even gonna go like the normal shit where we, read the whole shit because it's a lot of people. But we got, New York City Mayor Adams, as you see there in this article by Politico. He's accused of, assaulting someone 30 years ago. The civil summons alleges Adams, a former NYPD officer, sexually assaulted the plaintiff when they worked as city employees in 1993. The summons was filed late Wednesday in the New York State Supreme Court in Manhattan. So that's one joint. We're gonna move on to the next person on the list. Here they talking about. Well, let me slide back. Let me slide back over the shit in the new. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay. All right. So what's going on here? All right. So the next person, Cuba Gooding Jr. I think y'all was talking about that in the chat, right? Am I correct or
Yeah,
no?
but I couldn't confirm if it was current because Trisha said he had past allegations.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He definitely had past allegations, but sued for sexual assault, battery, and two new lawsuits. And this was as of 9:18 p.m. yesterday. Last night. And the article was updated at 2:13 a.m. this morning. So his thing is saying that yeah, he's facing renewed allegations of sexual abuse by two women who previously brought criminal charges against the actor. Well, here it names their names, but you know, I don't want to get all into their names and shit. But basically, it would these they filed their charges Wednesday. Like everybody and their mom is coming to file these charges.
Well,
All
the act thing expires on Friday.
gotcha.
So
So
like, and
that
it, if you notice too on the Jamie Foxx one, the girl was saying it happened in New York, and in New York's the only place that has that act.
I get it. I get it now. Now that makes sense. So, Cuba Good and they trying to circle back, double back on him. 18 hours ago, this cat, some famous fashion photographer, Terry Richardson, accused of sexual assault in new lawsuit. Of course, yeah, we ain't doing all that, but they got him on the grill. Of course, Jamie Foxx. I think we took no, we didn't talk about Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses got an accusation on him. Let's see with this article if it let us see something. So boom, accused of violent 1989 R word in lawsuit. Oh my God, these people don't just refresh. Come on now. So the lady who's now 61 accuses Rose, also 61, of violently attacking her and anally R-wording her in a Manhattan hotel room in 1989. Of course, this was filed in New York State Supreme Court. Next, we got, well, where's it at? Because one of these joints was talking about the CIA. Where a minute. There was a CIA agent, former CIA. Yeah, here it is. So this one is 2 weeks ago. You know, while I was trying to just see who all had charges. Former CIA officer pleads guilty to sexual abuse charges with dozens of basically. Well, I'm gonna just dig into it. New York Times. They're gonna probably make us pay real quick, but former CIA officer who worked at the American Embassy in Mexico City pleaded guilty to drugging and sexually assaulted more than 2 dozen women over a period of 14 years. He pleaded guilty in U.S. District Court in Washington to 4 of the 25 criminal charges that he had faced. Mm-mm-mm. In exchange for his plea, prosecutors agreed to drop the rest of the charges with a recommended sentence between 24 and 30 years with a lifetime supervised release. So basically, your man done hit them near 25 women, and he gonna, you know, possibly be out on parole at some point down the line with supervised release. This shit is just crazy, yo. This shit is just crazy. And then I think you got a couple of shorties trying to circle back on Bill Cosby, which ain't no big surprise. Um, says American writer and filmmaker A.M. Lucas accused White Lines Nuno Lopez of drugging and R wording her in 2006. It's just crazy. You know what I mean? Like mad people. So I'm sure it's gonna be more people coming out day by day, or that will be revealed. Because I'm wondering how many the actual lawsuits was filed. You know what I'm saying?
So all the ones that we heard about are current.
Yes.
That's crazy. It's not crazy that they're being filed. It's crazy how they only need a minimal amount of time to get all their like stuff together and file it.
Yeah, yeah, that too. Like,
Because Cassie barely filed hers what last Friday.
yeah, yeah. She kind of at least had her thing, you know,
I feel like
early.
hers was ink, but
She put, she had got her information together early, I guess. Like a cat used to tell me, first in line, first in time. You know what I mean? Like she
Mhm.
put her little paperwork together early. So it sounded like soon as the act thing was announced and that window was opened up, she immediately came through.
No, Dre. The window was last November 22nd or 24th.
Oh,
So it
really?
was a whole year. And then Cassie filed 2 weeks before, or technically a week before it ended. That's what I'm saying. Like these girls have until Friday. But how between the time that Cassie filed and tomorrow, how did they have like all their evidence and stuff and the lawyers together to file?
Mm.
Unless everybody's waiting until the last minute on purpose.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a good point you bring up, right? Because if it's like anything court related, if you come in on the tail end of when the shit is about to expire, um, whoever the people you trying to get at, they ain't gonna see it coming. You know what I mean? Until it's too late. Because if a lot of these shorties would have filed a year ago, now it would be out there. Now the people being targeted or the accusers, the alleged, people that perpetrated these crimes would have plenty of ample time to get their lawyer situations together and all that, blah blah blah. And they these shorties is coming in with the buzzer beater, like the game is almost over, and they shooting their final shot. So now, because so many are being done, it's like one case might give further credibility and validity to the next case, and the next case, and the next case. You know what I mean? Like, even if there ain't concrete type evidence, but let me see. I want to say, I'm trying to see what article it was. One of these things was talking about that over 2,600 cases have been filed. Suits pouring with New York Adult Survivors Act. Oh, so Trump is on that list too. And this is from yesterday, 1:22 p.m. New York Post. So this act was signed into law by Governor Kathy Hochul May 24th of 2022. It includes the likes of Donald Trump and Bill Cosby. Um, oh yeah, right here. At least 2,600 claims, some on behalf of more than one person, have been filed in state courts under the ASA. The figure could also increase significantly by the time the look back window closes, with several suits coming in as the deadline approached Wednesday. Blah, 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 yada, yada. Mm, yeah, this shit. Oh, yeah. So the other piece that caught my eye was, so yeah, so here they, going in, they talk about this um, other person here on Trump who had won a 5 million judgment against them, but she filed another suit on his ass. Harvey Weinstein, it looked like he got another joint on him.
How if he's already convicted?
Oh shit. It's like wrestling. The motherfucker laying there and the nigga climb up on the top rope and jump and hit the nigga with an elbow anyway. Bunk. Cause just cause he in jail don't mean he still got bread.
Mhm.
So they can get a bag off that nigga while he down, kick him while he down. I guess he
That
if
is
he if he
crazy.
if he deserve it, then that's what it's gonna be. The way this shit is starting to come together here.
It's also like weird because I don't know,
Nah, nah, so come with it, cause I had some random thoughts myself, like with all of this
I
stuff.
don't want to be insensitive to
Yeah,
people, and I know that things are wrong, whether it was whatever time period, but it's just crazy that stuff like that was looked over a long time ago, and that now the rules have changed. I wonder if society is the way it was now, would these things would have happened back then?
nah, I think um if society had the rules of today, yeah, back then, nah, like um, I think not as much because once again, in America, you have class, you have race. Um, a lot of these people, black and white, were able to, I guess, maybe move in a certain way because of the class portion. But a lot of the people who are outed are those really more so of one race versus another because society via the media is always going to have that incentive to put smear on one race to make the other race look better. So, um, would there be like the Harvey Weinstein situations back then? It's still maybe not really. It might be like one or two maybe, but they still ain't never had no problem throwing a nigga out there under the bus. But maybe they might have thrown a couple more Caucasians under the bus. But as we see here, shit, they throwing Trump, a former president, and here he Caucasian, so they got his ass. They got, like I said, Axl Rose, Jimmy Iovine, this photographer guy. Um, one of these things was talking about
Oh, who
some
is that? The Axel dude. Who is that?
from Guns N' Roses. Welcome to the jungle. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, and
Yeah.
them be the ones that be going 15 and below.
Mm. No lies
I feel like
told.
all rock stars like have that type of like life. That's what I'm saying. Like back then,
Oh, I
everybody's like,
want to.
"Oh, his girlfriend's 15 or 16," but like today, it's like, "Oh my god."
Matter of
Not saying
fact,
it's right either way, but it's just that I wonder if they would have been different.
let me put in this. You just reminded me, Steve. LA Times. That's could have swore he was like in the recent shit. Oh wait, November 6th. Two women have accused Steven Tyler.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's of
I don't remember
assaulting.
him being accused. I remember him having a young girlfriend.
Boy, if these boys ain't, I mean, these niggas ain't trying to let me see this damn article. But the key word that you was just touching on that article, it had mentioned. Maybe I'll refresh it and trick it as minors. So he was acting as minors, allegedly. Um, but back to this thing, it was even mentioning like a doctor who lawyer Mallory Allen, who has brought 194 claims against Paduk, said that many of the doctor's possible alleged victims may not know that he's been publicly accused of abuse and have yet to discover that they are not alone. Because in another article that I was kind of skimming through, it was just talking about this doctor here, so Dr. Paduch, he he, I mean, I don't know if he was that dude who in that one clip that I think we might have seen where they were doing surgery on some lady and the doctor, no, that was the guy in Brazil. I'm getting him confused with this other crazy doctor. But how the doctor had put his thing in the shorty mouth while shorty was under anesthesia in surgery. The other doctors is operating on the lady, and this other doctor then came around to the other side, and then another cornball nigga in the operating room recording this nigga. Um, the fact that you have a doctor on here with all these charges is very, disturbing. So not,
Hmm.
it's not only celebrities.
It's everybody. That's what I'm saying. Like. It's like crazy that the way that the laws change over time, or what people overlooked over time. Because even like back before we was even born, people was marrying off their kids. Like people was turning 12, 13, and then they was already finding a husband for them. That is insane.
Mm,
Like they change the way society views adults, like rites of passage type stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Like over time, they moved the bar up type shit.
Yeah.
Now
But
that
either way, in my opinion, like I know that the brain isn't even fully developed until like 25, speaking on women. So like either way it's wrong, but society's viewpoint is they do move the bar as time goes on. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they changed it to 21 in the next like 10, 20 years. Because
and
18 is too young.
and it's like I guess on some primitive type shit, um how you mentioned that age 13, maybe in the past, you know, they were like, they got the little menstruation thing going down. They an adult now, you know what I mean? They ready to
No, that's
breed.
exactly what it is. And they still doing that in
Other
I believe it's
countries.
the Philippines. Yeah, like they're like and the moms are selling their daughters because that's how they get money.
Matter of fact, shit. I might need to just look at that real quick just to see what is really going on. Countries um where what am I trying to say? The countries where the what's the you can get married hella early type shit or something.
Where legal age to marry is under 18. Or there is no legal age. I feel like they don't even have one.
Mm, let's see what this is.
Put those down.
This ain't this is this ain't that ain't good. All right, let's see what they talking about here. So this color chart here, if you're able to see the little map, and I could blow it up.
You haven't been sharing your screen this whole time.
So this map that you see here,
Hmm.
the tan areas is where the minimum age for marriage is 18. So it looked like a lot of places in Africa, Asia, India, surprisingly in North, Central, and South America. Now the
Wait, wait,
orange,
wait, wait, wait. 16 in Canada?
mm-hmm,
That's
and
crazy.
it looked like when the Pac-Man sign is facing towards the number, that mean wait,
No, that's equal or greater than 16.
oh, okay, all right. I was about to say, all right,
Oh,
so
wait.
yeah,
Wait, you
yes,
might be right.
no, no, you right, you right. So equal or greater than 16. So basically,
No, because
Canada.
the age would be on the other side, right?
Well, this Brown thing is saying no age minimum. So whatever this little speck country there, a couple of these countries in Africa. Uh, let me see. So for the girl thing, it says Sudan has the largest gender gap. Girls can marry at 10,
That is sick.
and boys can marry at 15 without parental or judicial permission. Several
That's
countries
crazy.
also have different age requirements depending on religious affiliation. In the Philippines, couples must be 21 to marry without permission unless they are Muslim. Muslim boys can marry at 15. Muslim girls can marry at puberty. And
What?
ten,
That's stupid.
in Tanzania, Muslim and Hindu girls can marry at 12 as long as the marriage is not consummated until the girl reaches the age of 15. That whole shit right there sound fraudulent. If they marrying at whatever age they marrying, they about to do whatever need to be done. Niggas ain't marrying and then waiting a couple more years. But yeah, that's crazy.
Well, they say if you don't, what's it called, consummate the marriage, then you're not married yet. So yeah.
But yes. So that's from this site pewresearch.org, and then this shit kind of has the marriage laws all around the world. So Afghanistan, the minimum age 16, 15 with the consent of a parent or guardian in the court. For girls, that's the age for girls, 18 for boys. Um, 18, 18, 18, 15, 18. Yeah, so I guess that's going to be kind of a a global thing. I don't know if that's due to the Caucasians pushing that across the board or them just falling in line with Western culture. But it looked like a lot of these is talking 18s as I'm skimming through. Bahamas, 18, even though minors may marry at 15 with parental permission. Yeah, this is all very interesting, but I just wanted to get something out there because like we were talking about on that Adult Survivors Act joint, a lot of shorties have um, got them cases out there, over 2,600 cases, and shit, you know, that's the latest and greatest.